Alright, good morning YouTube. Another day, another project. So we're fresh off of the project down in Katona. You probably have seen that by now, or seen a few of that by now. We're doing a real small one today. Guy has some drainage issues. He's getting some water in his basement, and we think it's like a sloping issue. So we're gonna put in a drain pipe, do a little curtain drain kind of deal, French drain, and it's super small spot, so we're not actually gonna need the excavator. But what we are gonna need is some fill dirt to create a slope away from the house. So dug a little bit of dirt on my property here yesterday and screened it with the Rotostar. Just kind of scratched up the back of the hill here, so kind of stinks because I'm giving him the good topsoil, but it is what it is. I didn't want to go dig a big hole, but this is the good clean screen dirt. I'm going to screen this one more time into the truck, but I have a pile of screenings, tailings, whatever you want to call them, that I gotta go dump. So we're gonna be taking the dump truck today. Kurt's gonna be driving this, and I'll drive the construction trailer with the BX in it. So let me go get this dumped, and we'll load this thing up with dirt, and then we'll get moving to the job. It's gonna be a quick one, so check in with you in a second here. So you may not be used to seeing this truck. This is actually our Chevy dump truck that I never used for my crew. It was for the landscaping crew, but now since we've kind of changed the way our business works, we don't have a landscaping crew so much. It's the landscaping crew and the construction crew are kind of the same thing. So we're actually in the process of selling this truck, but it had a bunch of check engine lights for a few different things. So we've been in the process of fixing, you know, each one of the problems as they come up. And unfortunately, this truck, you might be able to see, it's got 38,000 miles, but it's sat. It's 2006, and it's sat for a while, and it did get a little rusty. So we've just been like chewing through problems on this, one thing after another. It has the dual fuel tanks, so we replaced both fuel pumps because we were getting some evap leaks and NOx sensors, and I can't even remember at this point, but we've replaced a lot of stuff, and every time we fix something else goes wrong. We did the dump pump as well, so that was leaking really bad, so we put a new pump on there with a new tank, and it works. It's slow. These electric dumps are really slow, but new pump and new tank. We did a bunch of welding on that cross member right there where the pump sits, because that was all kind of rusted away. So I don't want to sell a crummy truck to someone, so we want to get this thing all set and inspected and good to go. But dump this junk here, load it up with some dirt. So if you saw this dirt when I started, you'd understand how impressive this is. These big boulders are coming out of there. That's a big boulder. So my property is clearly very rocky, and there are a lot of roots in here. This is just the second screening. As you can see, it's all a mix of roots and a little bit of leftover dirt. You know, the material looks really nice on the ground here before you screen it, but after it's done, you know, you get a little bit of this stuff. But look at that. That's like perfect garden soil that you could get out of a bag. So perfectly screened. Oh, just fell over the bucket. I need to watch where I'm going. But anyway, that's more than enough for the project. You know, any extra we'll just bring home and I'll dump back here again. But I'm gonna get the tailgate on here, get this tarped, bring this truck out front, grab a couple things from the garage, and we'll shoot over to the job. So it's gonna be a quick one, so see you there. All right, so we pulled up on site, took the backhoe out. It sits in front of the truck right now. So Kurt's gonna dump this screen dirt on the road and then run and grab a load of gravel. And then I'll show you the job in a second after this gets dumped. But we just talked to the client and it's gonna be a quick, easy job for us here today. Normally we don't like dumping on the road, but they have a nice driveway and it's such a small amount of dirt and we'll only be here for a little while, so you know, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. It's definitely more than enough dirt. You know, me and Kurt were just talking and we're like, maybe we don't want to sell this dump truck now. We'll have to see. Alright guys. Alright, so the issue here is we're getting water in this corner, right down in here. So we get these irrigation boxes and gravel, but it all slopes this way. So there's a gutter drain that goes out and around. So what we're gonna do is dig this rock back, pull it back to the tree. I'm gonna fill in here with dirt. I'm gonna dig a trench right here at the edge of this roof line because there's no gutter. Put a pipe in, tie it into the gutter pipe, send it out, backfill all this with the red stone and some crushed stone around the pipe. And then he's actually having some garden work done, so we'll top coat this with red stone to finish it off and make it look like it never happened. So I'm gonna get raking here. Kurt just ran to the quarry, get some stone, and we'll have this done shortly. I've got the area dug down here to fabric. You can see it's not as sloped now, but still definitely sloped downhill towards that corner and this corner. So that flapper paddle came in handy, pulling that stone right off the fabric at the end. But now I want to line up this irrigation box in the corner. I'm going to paint around the edge so I know where to cut the fabric. Got to dig it down a little bit because we want it to be below the height of the house here, because the gravel is going to be below the height of the house, but probably going to have to dig this down 6 inches or so. But let me mark it, get it dug out. So I'm excavating down for this irrigation box. When you get in these tight corners, best you can do is use a cement trowel, unfortunately. Kurt's over there trying to find the gutter pipe so we can tie into that. You can see the roof line here, so we're going to put our It's basically a French drain in right below that, and then it will tee into that existing gutter pipe, since we don't want to do any more excavation in this area. What makes this job so tricky is right there, the bottom of that last block, that's it. It's sitting on sand. That wasn't installed very well, so you got to be really careful. You can't dig too far over there, or else you will undermine the stoop, which is no good. So I got to dig this out. I want the top of this box to sit like 4 inches below the siding here, because I don't want the gravel touching. So get this dug out, get that box installed and leveled, and we'll keep going. So I've got a nice, pretty level irrigation box here. So I had to cut out, there's this little mouse entrance, I'm gonna call it. They have this rib that goes across. So I had to cut that out on that side for that irrigation inlet line to fit through. This side's not low enough for that to matter. So now I can backfill this with dirt. And we'll put a little bit of rock in here just to clean it up. But the whole reason with going with this big box is that you can still get in here and access your irrigation valves instead of just putting a riser on here. This is our new riser. Gives the irrigation guy a lot of access. Kurt's still trying to find that pipe. Looks like it's down there pretty deep. And we're gonna use all this dirt to backfill under here, plus a little bit of what we brought. And you know, it's going. So one thing after another, you just chew away at the job and get it done. So I just ran up to the trailer to grab another shovel here to help Kurt and continue doing what I'm doing. And these guys doing this leaf cleanup, the guy on the big Ferris ride-on blower gets to the bottom of the driveway, turns that thing right at me, and blows a bunch of leaves and rocks and dirt and dust into my face and into my trailer. Oh boy. Well, Kurt was not able to find the pipe over there, so we're gonna backtrack and dig it up at the gutter here, see which angle direction it goes, because we're actually thinking now it might go under the walkway and out, which would be strange, but we've seen crazier things. So instead of trying to dig forever over there, we're gonna dig right here, figure out where it goes, and if we have to change and slope our French drain this way, we could do that. So we'll do some excavation, figure out what's going on here, and you know, locate the pipe. All right, change of events number 3. This is why when you bid jobs like this, you just need to think of like a worst case scenario. So that's why we brought all that extra dirt. Black pipe goes that way. We thought it might have went that way and around. Goes this way, which means it eventually goes under the driveway, which is exactly what we thought wouldn't have happened, because the homeowner said the gutter pipes were installed after the driveway was paved. So anyway, what we found, right where this made this curve, completely shot. So that could have been a large reason why we're getting water intrusion in this corner, which this is where it was coming in. Don't use corrugated black pipe. We get enough flack for using the triple wall stuff, and in a lot of scenarios, it's fine. If it's in a garden bed like this, you're not putting traffic on it, it's not gonna get crushed. It's gonna last way longer than this black corrugated junk. I know everybody says to use the SDR 35. There's certain applications for that, I agree. But in this case, black corrugated pipe, this wasn't exposed, this wasn't a high traffic area, this is just from being bent for so many years, it just failed. This stuff sucks. So Kurt's gonna dig back along the foundation here to find where that's still good to. We're gonna cut it, and then we're gonna adapt it into our triple wall pipe. That's gonna be all solid sections. So solid from the corner where it's good to the gutter. Then we'll put a T in right here, and I'm digging my trench right now for our French drain. So we'll have all that with corrugated pipe slope to the gutter. We're gonna backfill that with clean gravel, send that out, and then we're gonna raise the grade from the house out. So any water that hits the ground falls, slopes, hits our pipe, and gets taken away. Just lesson learned. Well, we never use it, but don't use that black corrugated junk. It's trash. So we're gonna keep working. These landscape guys, they got like 5 or 6 guys they're just, I don't know, some landscape companies don't make any sense to me. I don't know how you, for having 6 guys, they get as much done as 2 of us, which doesn't make any sense. And they have a push blower and a ride-on blower. I don't know. I don't know how some companies make any money. It's like a war zone. We're getting our pipe installed. So unfortunately, this is the way you got to do it, or at least with the adapters that we have. It's got a sleeve inside there. And from here out, we're going corrugated, or not corrugated, is it corrugated? Is that perforated? Perforated, there we go. So, here we go. My God, wow! Like a war zone, literally. So I'm grabbing a scoop of dirt here now, just to fill in a little bit of that backside to get that proper slope away from the house. So we spread out what was there. We're just adding a little extra. I don't want to spill all over his driveway, so we'll go light on the scoop. Probably going to take 1.5 scoops, maybe 2 scoops, and then we can start putting our gravel in place. So you can see in here, we're raking that in at a slope. Just adding a little bit of dirt right here in the corner because we ran out of excavated material. Then we'll fill in this trench with gravel to get the right slope for the pipe. And then the pipe goes in and gets fully backfilled with gravel, including filter fabric on top of it so it doesn't clog up over time. And then once that is installed, we can rake this red rock back, and it'll look pretty good until the guys come and do the planting maintenance, and they're gonna top coat red rock so it'll look brand new. So all the drain stone is in now, all the way around the corner there. Haven't been getting a whole lot of video because it's, like I said, it's been a war zone here, but it's nice having a landscape company come in after you and clean up the mess. So not gonna need the rest of that. Kurt's gonna rake out this redstone. I'm gonna load up that dirt. We ended up only using 1 scoop, so I'm gonna load that up. We'll just mix it with the gravel, no big deal. Kurt's gonna rake this out and the job will be basically done. this is what we're left with. Irrigation box in. What we ended up doing, because we don't have enough redstone, little bowl right here where the trench is, so any water that comes off of there lands in the trench, and any water that backfills off of here into the trench and into the pipe. So the guys are coming to do some landscaping. They can build this up a little more. Unfortunately, that's a little bit of a hump, but I can't take it down anymore because of the walkway, so not bad. And then that landscape company came in and mowed, and looks like we were never there. Cool. Alright guys, we're done. We just walked around with the client. He is happy, and he actually wants some more drainage work. Looks like a drainage swale in the backyard, so we'll price that out for him, and maybe you'll see us back here. So, a little tricky to film today. That other landscape company was in here. Really tight job. I had the client working in his office. Right, literally that bump out is his office, so I always feel a little awkward filming on people's properties when they're right there. We do have it in our all of our estimates. It's a contract basically that says we're allowed to film and everything, so we've never had a problem, but I'm always a little weary of filming. But anyway, did what I could. Hopefully it's probably gonna be a short video, so always more work in the works. We're packing. Well, after today we gotta unload, switch gears, loading up for a big job to finish out the rest of this week. Today's Tuesday, so nice project. So all right, I'll see you on the next one. I want to thank you guys for watching. As usual, you can like, comment, subscribe, or not. Doesn't bother me one bit. I do like to see the comments though from all the, you know, there's a lot of the same people and a lot of new people. It's always cool to see the channel growing. So all right guys, catch you on the next one.